Hey everybody, I thought I'd do a video called Typewriter Collecting Part 2. So with my collection, of course, I've built these from parts ones and stuff like that, but I've got my Royal 5, two Royal 10s. I sold another Royal 10, so out of making 3 10s, I kept the better of the two. Got my two number 7s, got one that I'm going to sell, not here, but the 1903 one. Got my Oliver, got my two Underwood 5s and the Underwood 3 bank. I put new platens in these from 60s, 70s, new old stock recovers. And this typewriter platen was from a 1977, February of 77 recover. And all the 60s, 70s typewriters I've ever had have had good platens in them anyway, so I'm okay using new old stock like that in these antiques. Got my L.C. Smith and Brothers. Got a Harris. That Underwood 4 bank. I never did a video for that, but when I had the escapement pinion and star wheel thing, a lot of the ball bearings in this thing were missing, and that was a tedious little task putting those in and tightening up the two nuts in the back. Somehow they had either come loose or something. Who knows? But that's how come that one's saved, is because I was able to fix that. And then the rest of my antiques, that clipper down there is like a 46 or 47. So my antiques I treat differently, of course. They're not my daily drivers. Those daily drivers would be... Alright, so I've got my Skywriter, my Brother Webster, an Olivetti 32 and two 33s, and 1950 Smith Corona Sterling. I've also got a 49 Sterling. Those are like my daily drivers. And then if I got something I want to sell, though, like I like the mechanicals of these things, okay? So like this Cornet Electric 12, I'm selling them, when I got something I like something else better, I sell it on Craigslist. And as long as you sell them one at a time, people don't think you're a dealer and all that kind of thing. So it's been working for me. That one, what I didn't like about that, I had to change the tab rack in that thing, and there was something else goofed up, and I got turned off by it. Now it works great, yes, but I got turned off by it. Got my Futura 800, my electric Smith Corona 70. That's great. Got a console. Got that the one I swept up the parts for and built, that 30s flat top. Some guy called me who bought from one I sold before, and he wanted that, so now that's set aside and basically sold already. But if I got something, you got to play with a lot of typewriters to know what you like and don't like. So now now you've seen kind of like my collection, and yeah, I've got parts stuff, but that's because I work on my own stuff. I don't need perfect. I've said it before. This one that I'm working on, they called this the Remington All New. This was 1949, and they didn't even have a name for it yet, like they did with the Quiet Writer and the Travel Writer and all that stuff. They just called it the All New because it was the new body design. They did it with Smith Corona, that 1949, looking like the 50s. They did it with Underwood. It was the 50s coming in 1949. There's a guy on eBay that sells these repair manuals. You can find him. He sells an Underwood repair manual as well. You have to go to a store to find this. It doesn't just pop up if you write in typewriter repair manuals. But you can find it in his store. So this book was for 1953, but I'm using it for the 49 because it's close enough. And it's not supposed to be used as a owner's manual or anything, but unless you think you can find a Remington All New owner's manual, you might as well just go with the book. And I made the guy an offer, and he took it. And it's the same with that well, let's look at this case. The reason I think that all those are gouged in the front is because of this giant hood latch here for the case. It's a nice case, but I think that latch is what gouges these all up right there. I picked this thing up with its case in working condition. It just needs to be cleaned up for under 40 bucks. It's how you buy on eBay. This guy, I got it for $19.95 and $18 shipping. $18 shipping from West Virginia. Okay, so if you buy something from eBay, make sure the guy's packaging it themselves and all that, and you're going to save a boatload on shipping, because if you see these people are charging $50 shipping and all that, that's ridiculous. Don't buy that. Buy from the guy who's packaging it himself and how it's shipped, you know, standard shipping. So $18 from West Virginia to here. Also, with the climate in West Virginia, you know, these are still good, the feed rollers. They're pliable. You could touch them. I mean, I could use them like an eraser on a pencil that was brand new. I mean, they're great. Same with the feet. That's how come all this old rubber, see? Perfect squish. It's not, just think of an eraser. I mean, it's pliable as hell. It's like not even an issue. So that's my thing on climate and storage of these typewriters and where you get them from. In the case of that platen lot I got, that I've done those 3 Underwoods so far, you know, my old Coast Guard bag. You know, it came with that lot I made an offer on. I saw it sitting. I bought the whole lot of platens for $125, okay? This is for a Smith Corona, which I don't have one that's going to take all these numbers on that side, but I know what it's for, and odds are one day I will get one, so, you know, this is another one for an Underwood number 5 or 4 or whatever. You know, this is the shorter length platen, which would go in like the 2 big ones I got, two number 5s I got already. This would pop right in there. This is that futuristic though, Galaxy platen. Again with the inspector number, but I found out from a different one's tag. This is another one for an Underwood with a little longer carriage, by the way. You see the difference between the length. I don't know what the difference is, an 8-inch versus a, well, we could find out, I guess. But whatever. This is for an Underwood. You can tell by the ends, and that's just for the little longer carriage. So if I ever get one, I've got a platen for that. So I think these futuristics were from the 60s, looking at a date like here, 5/10 of 67. And they used something called Eula Stalatin or something like that anyway. It was supposed to be for a extended platen life or something. But it's nice to have this stuff. So I've recouped my, you know, I'll use them in something. With this one though, I mean, this is going to be one of those ones that winds up in my daily drivers pile, you know, because I really don't have that many ones that I'd use on the daily, and this is going to be one of those. So I picked it up right. I'm just cleaning up the feed rollers, and this is a floating assembly. Is how this goes in there. It's like that. Whether it hinges to the inside or the out. I might have these ends on backwards, but I'm just showing you. It goes on like that, and then it would rock in there. So, not much to it. But I always liked the look of these, and I wanted one that didn't have that miracle tab. So, the basicest one. And I guess the deal is, in late 49, they started with that miracle tab by the serial number. You could tell this one just starts with an A, but if it had the miracle tab thing, it would be AT. So I just like the appearance of this, so I'm going to fix this guy up. But alright, that's my typewriter collection, and I thought I'd just kind of go through it with y'all. Have a good day, everybody.